We're here with Michael Wagner of Pool Scouts, a new franchise here in Virginia Beach. Mike, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
So what is the genesis of Pool Scouts? How did you come up with the idea?
So we're part of Buzz Franchise Brands, a corporate entity which is also the franchisor for Mosquito Joe, which has been a very successful franchise organization around the United States. We were really looking for our second brand and looking for a business that had similar attributes, which were recurring revenue, seasonal business, and a business that could operate from the home, which is very attractive for many prospective franchisees. So we did a lot of analysis around what industries might be fragmented and in need of a true professional approach, and we came across the pool service business, which we think is an excellent opportunity for that.
A lot of times people will say that the most lucrative businesses are the ones that aren't necessarily the sexy ones, and maybe the pool industry could be tied into that. Mosquitoes probably isn't, the sexy industry, but it's one that's lucrative and one that a lot of people can get into. Someone that might be looking at becoming a franchisee, what is the level that they can get into, and who are they, and what do they typically look like?
So we often target, especially in the early stages of an operation, what we call an owner-operator. So that's somebody who's going to be hands-on running the business, doing the work, and in our case, servicing pools. So that person obviously has to be the kind of person that wants to roll up their sleeves and get things done, wants to take a hands-on approach to customer acquisition, community involvement, and building their brand around their business. So we target, obviously, people. We do some personality analysis ahead of the franchise acquisition to make sure that they're a good fit, both for them and for us, to make sure that we can make them successful.
So one of the keys to franchising in the future, I think, is going to be trying to be locally owned and operated franchises, and I think that's something that you guys are focused on. How do you kind of brand that into the collateral for those companies?
So we do a lot of different things from a marketing standpoint. I mentioned the direct mail rifle approach. We execute that for our franchisees. We also help them build their marketing plans, and we take from the field and what works from franchisees and share that with other franchisees around the United States.
So really developing a playbook so that they can follow that kind of stuff.
Exactly. So a lot of local ideas turn into national ideas through really creating a network where people share ideas, and that's one of the beauties of franchising, is that you have independent business owners who want to see their business owners that are around them be successful. There's really not a competition, other than friendly competition, obviously, to who can be most successful.
How do you create a brand around something new, starting from the logo to the exposure standpoint? How do you create that and figure out what works and what doesn't?
Well, for us, we worked with an agency, first of all. We didn't do it independently. We start with a market survey, obviously, to understand the market and learn more about that. We certainly did that with the pool service industry. From there, we go on to the creative side of things, and we were very fortunate to work with a local advertising agency on that project who did an exceptional job of coming up with a lot of different concepts. For us, it was important to retain humor. We had been very successful with our prior brand in keeping humor as part of the message and really creating something that's unique and different. We feel like with the Pool Scouts brand, we've got something that travels exceptionally well. We've developed some great collateral that brings humor into the equation, and it also helps us with the professionalization of the pool service business, which for us is a big selling point for prospective franchisees.
For anyone on the fence of maybe not starting a business 100%, but instead kind of getting into the franchise world, what would you do to recommend them to kind of get off the fence and do it?
Really, I'd look in the mirror and think about what your strengths and weaknesses are as a business person and as an individual, and think about what you like to do and what you don't like to do. The nice thing about franchising is that it offers you an opportunity to focus on providing a service or your customers and building your customer base, with a lot of the back office operations and marketing and customer acquisition being done through the franchisee. So if you like that aspect of it, I think franchising is a great opportunity. If you like the back office standpoint, I think it's tough in some ways. Either you have to find people that like the customer acquisition and customer facing piece to complement you, but I think really you have to look in the mirror and think about what your skill set is.
Great. Michael Wagner, poolscouts.com. Best of luck.
Thank you, sir.